Hey, how's everybody doing here? 10:34 in the morning here. So let's get a look at the futures here, what we've had so far, guys. All right, so we had to move to the downside to start the day on the diamonds, and we broke down here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to fiber down here. All right, so nice move to the downside. This was the one right here with the 3-1-2 triggered the three. You see that? That 3-1-2-3-1, and then it consolidated there for, so you wouldn't have probably got stopped out there if you were able to get in somewhere in this area, or even if you waited there, okay, for the 3-1-2 to close out. Probably the better move there is to just take there, and then your stop would be at the bottom of the three, so you wouldn't have got stopped out there. Okay, you'd still be in your trade here, and then we made a nice move to the upside. Okay, now we're starting to break, come back down again. So it's this resistance thing. It's like they're there and then they're gone, and this is the way it's going to be. Like, you're going to see it. Like, in the morning, we definitely saw exhaustion risk. Every time we tried to get up, they were there, okay, and then they walked away, okay, and they moved back up. So now you got the 2-2 coming back down here, so we'll see what happens there. We're 2 hours into the day here. There is your 2 hour flip, so you're 2-1 inside now. All right, so we're starting in with the second hour with a nice hammer up with the two dropping back inside. All right, still got troubles are everywhere. All right, especially on the month. Now, I know you can't see that, so I'm going to flip it. There you go. There's your month. Sitting heavy early in the month, too. All right, so tons of room for this thing to turn around and get right. Tons of room for a lot of things to happen. All right, sitting on the 9th of March. Okay, only going into the second week. All right, so again, I was talking about it on Friday, saying, I like to see how it's going to look in the middle of the month. All right, so continuation. Now they're starting to break. So the resistance, it shows up again. We don't know when it's going to come in, but one thing I can say is that on the futures, all of the this is a 20 day here. All right, so 20-day moving average. It is crossing through the 50 as we speak. All right, so you have that going on, and then you got SPY, and SPY breaks through on the 20-day, still coming down, but I haven't seen the algorithms kick in yet. All right, so there could be some algorithms that would kick in with this move to the downside, but nothing is yet. Okay, we would have seen it. We would have saw it. I think the selling we had coming down this morning was there was some volume, but there wasn't too much, and that's the reason why they reversed and came back up. All right, because the volume dried up and the sellers were losing it, and then the buyers just took control, and now here we are back in, and the sellers are trying to get back into the game again here. All right, so chop chop. All right, SPY, and then we look at Q's probably the strongest of the bunch. As you can see here, there's your 2 hour. You're 2 up on the 2 hour there. All right, still stuck inside, so that's actionable. That's inside, and so we had the fiver come back down, trying to lift back up. If I look at it on the bigger screen on the fives, and I'll shut down that overnight a little bit because it's a pain in the butt. All right, and then here's where we're at, folks. Okay, this is the top of our range today, right now. We just got up to 599.50, and now they backed off a little bit here. So stalling out here. Okay, so if you got them in here somewhere, and there was really no good, at least not for me. Okay, these are all twos here. All right, you did get a 2-1-2 there that kind of triggered something there, and then then it chopped up. So that's kind of where we are with the futures right now. Stocks, let's go to crude right now. The crude just got knocked out, and now you get the 2-2 coming back up. So as you start to see the crude start to lift back up, you're going to start to see the other futures start to break down again. Look at SPY now. All right. I'm going to go back to the fiver here real quick. Look at that. All right, 2-2 back down on there. All right, trying to get a little bit better here, but that's a 2-2 back down. All right, so SPY and then QQQs, but I think it's going to be better to look at on the diamonds. That's the 2-2 down, and you start to see the crude move here, and then you're going to see the diamonds make that move to the downside. There you go, 2-2 down. All right, and remember, most of these stocks that are going to be tied into this war, I mean, a lot of it's going to be tied into the diamonds, okay? Because we got the industrials, we got all these things that wage war come from the diamonds, and then you look at the SPY, and you look at the SPY, you look for technology, and the Qs are an ETF. That's all they are. All right, they're just an ETF. All right, so SPY, you're going to keep an eye on. And then I'll go through a couple names like NVIDIA. NVIDIA better here today now. All right. It had kind of crapped out and rallied back, and now she's chopping. I just don't see it going anywhere here right now. Apple tried to get going here too. There's your Apple. I'm in here right now, so 3-1 here. Apple's actually pretty decent today here, but guess what? It's up 4 cents, and it's 0.2%. Guess what Apple's doing? Nothing. Microsoft, same thing. All right, Microsoft, we are down 41 cents. Sitting there at a dime lower, okay? Microsoft, what do you got in the Goog? All right, these things are dead. All right, dead on arrival. All right, Google up 73 cents here, 0.24, struggling to get back above 300 and can't seem to really get it going there. Tesla's another one, just not great. Here you got made that low at 381.40. Now she's coming back up and then chopping. And once you see the chopping starting, you know what's going to happen. It's going to eat up time, and nothing's going to happen. All right, so that's what's setting up right now. What did I miss in there? Amazon maybe. Another one, garbage. All right, 3-1. It was the 3-1-1-2 that triggered the 2-2, and then immediately it fell apart on you, and then they got it up. It fell apart again. All right, you getting the picture here? Stay away from the lag 7. All right, the lag 7 is still no good. All right, so watching the futures here, and you can watch these guys here, Suds. So I see the Suds coming back down here. I was looking to get in a position here when I saw the diamonds start to break in the SPY. This is really tied more into the S&P 500. So look at this, 222 back up now, but don't trust these either, okay? And these are really tough to trade. Really tough to trade, and if you put a stop order in, he will at least give you a nickel down. Okay, he'll clear his book, and he'll put you out a nickel lower for sure. So make sure you're aware of that, because if you have a nickel, you're gonna be down to 9. All right. So Suds trying to get better here, trying to get better as we see as the markets start to unfold a little bit. And I guess, and again, I can't make enough about the diamonds. This is really what we got to watch the closest to right now. All right, so 222 coming back down with the retreat coming back. So some of this buying, so like I said, that's why I wanted to get on here right when we were at the highs, because it seemed like we were starting to already get into some exhaustion risk. Now we did fill the gap. If you notice, if I show you, notice we're 5 straight downs on gaps. Okay, these are all 5-minute days. Okay, and here we are now, make this move, and then we come back inside here. All right. So again, with this resistance and support levels here, when you got volatility, um, you could bounce off a number and it could reverse for you, but be more inclined for these things to be a little bit more volatile and they're gonna stretch farther either way. All right, Boeing got down pretty good this morning here after a nice move up to 231 yesterday. Look at that one yesterday. That was a nice move to the upside, and then even then they couldn't get back. All right, so now Boeing now full retreat, coming back down again. All right, so it was down to 221, but I'm like a 218 guy. I'm a 218.80, 219.20 guy, somewhere in there. I mean, if you get it down there, then you can feel good about it. You buy it at 22. This is what's going to happen to you when you buy it at 22. And here it is, 22 right now, and it's starting to come back down. So get the best price you can. All right. If you're inclined to want to be long stock right now, P&L is good for your P&L. PL Planet, kind of garbagey today. It's been real chop. All right, just that thing's not doing anything really today. Again, anywhere around $22. All right, if you're trading the equity, $22. All right, 22, $23. You're going to get a good price there. You'll make money at that price. Other than that, just don't touch it. All right, SMH made a nice move to the upside with the diamonds. All right, and now chopping coming back down. All right, so they're dying out. So the resistance shows up again, and it's like the troops are there and then they pull out. All right, and you won't even know the enemy's gone unless you go where he was standing and go find out that they're all gone. Marvel, better. Marvel having a good day. Marvel had a good day on Friday. All right, so Marvel continues to get better here. I just tech, man. All right, Cisco, nothing doing this Cisco here. Ever since earnings, they got creamed and they ain't got back. Oracle got beat up again last week. More bad news for Oracle. So there you go. Tried to get a rally going here today, right here, and then chopped up. Just another one. Garbage for tech. All right. Avgo, right? Oh yeah, they got great numbers. Da 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 da. She is better for sure. All right, considerably better here. Avgo's having a much better day today. All right, couldn't really get anything going on Friday, as you can see. It was the move here. They crapped it out at the end of the day, and then this is what we get today. So better today, but here coming up towards the top of this range here, you want to be looking for reversals that come back down now here. You do not want to be chasing anything in this market when months are down. Okay, do not be chasing. I mean, if you want to buy something, buy it when it's down by the weekly or down by at least by the daily. All right, but don't be going buying things willy nilly while the futures are heavy and when there's a war going on. That's probably going to last a lot longer than some other people might think. All right, so XLK again. So there she is. Trying to firm it up here again a little bit. Technology. All right, so tech. And then I looked at some of the airlines this morning because there was some volatility in the airlines. Delta really got its act back together here pretty good. All right, it was the 212 that didn't do anything here. It was right here. I always like to go back to the scene of the crime. So here's the 21132 move. See that one? That was the 21132. Okay, so you'd be getting in there. All right, at the top of that bar. All right, you let that bar close out. All right, Delta Airlines, LUV, they're better. Okay. Airlines have been fighting back here today pretty good, I gotta say. JetBlue maybe not so much. All right, United is starting to break, coming back in now. United Airlines starting to come back in. All right, I'm going to go back to those subsidies in those where we started out from. All right, so UCO, all right, which is crude. All right, down, up 5.78% here. The light sweet crude is up higher. All right, coming back down right now. So if you're going to see the crude start to break down, you're going to start to see those diamonds start to edge back up again. All right, but I don't. The bigger trade isn't right now to the upside. I don't think. I'd be more inclined to be looking at the top of these ranges that we get. I would only be trading anything that's off the top of the lower the range of a 2-day or a 3-day. You know where you're at. Where's your 60s? Where's your hours? Where's your weeks? All right, and then make your choices there. Nasdaq, real nice turnaround, was down almost 336 points. I'm guessing, but that's real close. NQs, so the NQs here slash NQ on your Nasdaq, much better here. Now stalling out. It got better. It was down to only down $22, and now she's dropped another $30. I mean, nothing really cooking now. It's kind of stalling out here, as you see. All right, so here we are. I don't even have an equilibrium on this thing here, 24,600. I think you got exhaustion risk when you get up to 24,717. I think that is an area where we did not get to. All right, we got up to 24,650, 24,717. I think that's about maybe all they could take for right now, unless the buyers really come in and start getting in control. But I don't see that right now. All right, and let's take a look at the MYMs, which is, I think, the most important one. Again, is your Dow Jones Industrial Average. We're back down to 47,118 from 50,600. All right, so we were looking for a diamond rally this morning too. We did get a nice little rally off of that one I showed you right here with the 3123, the 31231. Boom. Okay. Now we look for the same kind of things that sets up here that breaks us back down again. All right, because I just don't see the market running away with anything here either way right now. It's all news driven, man, and when something news comes out, it's going to be volatile and it's going to move, and it's going to be very hard to navigate. All right, we don't know the accuracy of the news. We've got all kinds of news out there. All right. So don't go chasing waterfalls. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will definitely get back to you before. I'll probably get in again maybe in the afternoon, unless something gets stupid or somebody says something stupid, then I'll probably hop in. All right, be good.